Anastasia. And please give a warm cynical welcome from Canada, Andreescu.
Well, welcome back to the Thailand Open as we see the top seed and former US Open champion step out onto court. And she'll be hoping to try and make it through to the quarterfinals. What would be a 13th WTA quarterfinal for the Canadian? But it would be a first since summer last year in Bad Homburg. Looking to stop her though is a talented young 21-year-old Anastasia Zakharova, who is hoping to try and win back-to-back matches on the WTA Tour for the first time. That's because she claimed her first ever match win at WTA Tour level just a couple of days ago. So this one will feel a bit like a freebie for the young 21-year-old. Nothing to lose whatsoever. And we've seen a few upsets, we've seen a lot of drama, a lot of twists and turns, and a lot of long matches. So who to know what is going to happen in this one? You would think Andreescu is the heavy favourite. You do just never know in this sport, which is why you come back to watch it time and time again. Incidentally, my name's Pilgers, and I'll talk you through this second round encounter here on centre court.
Your choice. We have WTA or Thailand Open. Thailand Open coming up on that one. So Arnold, proceed. Sure? Okay, proceed. You stay? Okay, great.
Well, Miriam Blade will be the chair umpire to look after this one, but a little bit of indecision from Andreescu. Thinking she was going to serve and then deciding to receive. And so, no doubt, maybe just trying to find her feet, because the conditions do tend to change here pretty quickly around this time of day. Night beginning to fall. Floodlights will be on, and as you can see, actually are on. Plenty of haze as well. Hazy conditions, but overall, the good news is that it's dry, and it should be dry for the rest of the week. What we do know is that it's Marta Kostyuk who is in the quarterfinals already. She took a little bit of time getting over the line against Nauhabino. Needed to save a couple of set points in the second set, but the fifth seed is safely through to meet the top seed. But as I said earlier on, a lot of the seeds have had problems, but in Sabre, of course, losing on day one of the tournament. She is the second seed. But the top quarter of the draw, very much loaded. And I think they were very delighted to get a Grand Slam champion in the draw and in the mix in Bianca Andreescu. Of course, former world number 4 as well. October 2019, she reached that mark. Now ranked 42 in the world. It's been a tough few years for Andreescu. Generally a knee injury caused much grief, but also various other niggling injuries over the last 2 years. The year of COVID in particular was rotten on her as well in terms of isolation. She said she struggled with mental health at times, in terms of even thought about perhaps walking away from the sport, but then has realised just how much she does love this sport and loves competing. And really it's just been about trying to put match wins together, as in back to back to back. And mentioned that she hasn't reached the quarterfinals since Bad Homburg last year. She only reached 2 last year, quarterfinals. Didn't play that many tournaments in total, just 13. But from what she did, she was able to win some big matches and reach the last 16 of many tournaments: Madrid, Toronto, Guadalajara, as well as the third round of the US Open. But this has been the round that she's actually struggled with, Andreescu. But strong favourite today against this young player. 186 in the world, has been ranked as high as 156, is inside the world's top 100 in doubles. Had a lot of success on the doubles court. And has actually reached 2 finals at WTA level in the doubles court. But that match win in the previous round against Schmiedlova came from a set down, big win for Zakharova. First ever WTA win, and that came at the 8th time of asking. And so suddenly has the opportunity to reach her first ever WTA quarter-final. It will be a big rankings jump if she is able to do that as well. It's just the 3rd time she's playing against a top 50 opponent, never beaten a top 50 player. Best win coming against Rebecca Peterson in the latter round of qualifying in Ostrava back in 2021. Peterson was ranked 78 in the world. So this is a big occasion. I mean, for Zakharova, facing a Grand Slam winning opponent, and a chance to test herself against one of the world's best, who, incidentally, Andreescu very much impressed in the previous round against Harriet Dart. If she brings that sort of level again today, then it's going to be very tough for the world number 186. These conditions still pretty warm, although as you can see lots of haze, so that'll help the players with regards to the sun rays at about 28 degrees Celsius. And there's also fairly high humidity, so that is something the players will have to deal with. Something that of course Andreescu is used to. But looking to do a number of firsts this week, Andreescu. I mean, when you look at the draw now, she is the strong favourite to go the whole way. Hasn't won a tournament since, well, picking up the US Open title back in 2019. Has never won a 250. She's only dealt with WTA 1000. She won Indian Wells and Toronto that year, in 2019. So it's either WTA 1000s or a Grand Slam. But has of course reached the final of a 250 before, Bad Homburg, but never won one and never won a title in Asia either. So that is what is at stake for Andreescu. I think the big question around the Canadian is whether the body and the mind will hold up match to match to match, and whether she can get back into the winner's circle on tour since winning that US Open in fabulous fashion in 2019. Got a great opportunity at the Thailand Open, but to do that, it's got to get past her second round.